Hi there, it's nice to see you in this video. My name is Cynthia Wakio, the Communication and Events Manager at Corporate Staffing Services, and today we're going to be addressing the issue of job postings as scams. I know many job seekers do experience this issue where you're looking for a job and you find that a job posting is not legitimate. So how can you identify the signs of which job is legit and which one is a scam? Mary joins me to have this discussion today. Thank you for joining me.
I'm glad to be here today.
I'm glad to have you.
Yes.
So let's start by looking at the signs of a fake job posting. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, actually, that even with the so many candidates that we have, every now and again, people are graduating from universities, colleges, and so there is job applications that is really happening every day, every moment. But still, we have people who have decided to dupe candidates in terms of a scam and just to make money out of it anyway. So as a candidate outside there, you are sending out your applications. The best way to be able to tell whether this job is legit or it is a scam, number one, is first of all, look at the email address. That email address that has been sent to you, or you've seen that advert on social media or on WhatsApp groups, and there is an email address you're supposed to send your application to. Is the email address legit? Is it showcasing any name, suggesting a name of a company or an organization? So that is one thing that can help you see the red flag, whether the job is legit or not. Apart from the email address, also, most jobs that appear to be scam or not legit, you will find that they are too attractive in terms of what they are willing to pay for that role. So sometimes the pay, or rather the salary, is too high, more than what someone is being paid for in that position. So also get to find out in the job market, how much is someone in this position most likely to earn. So that can also be a red flag. If it is just the position of an office admin and they're willing to pay 50,000, what's the organization looking like? What's the size of the organization? I'm not saying that there are organizations that cannot pay that much, but it calls for you now to do a deeper research before you even send your application. Another red flag that a candidate can be able to tell that this job is a scam or is not legit is in terms of you find you are being requested to make a payment before you go for the interview, or you're being told interviews are tomorrow at 8 a.m., carry your documents. Then when you go, before you walk into the interview room, you're being asked to make some payment before you walk into the interview room. A legit recruiter or a legit organization that is looking to hire will never ask a candidate to pay something before they give you the offer. Anyway, so that can be also a red flag for you to know whether that is legit or not legit. Over and above what I have just talked about, another way for a candidate to know that this could be a scam is if the organization or the company is in question does not have a website, or even when you look at their social media accounts, they are not very active on social media. The information that you're getting is very vague, and even when you make the phone call on the number that is provided there, they're not giving you more details with regards to the role or even the organization, the company that is hiring. So that can also be a red flag for you. So it calls for you to be very intentional when you're sending out your applications so that you don't fall trap or become a victim of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can job seekers do to avoid these job scams?
Well, number one, to avoid the job scam, like I said earlier, do your research even before you send that application. Do your research. Get to find out who is this organization, who is this employer. Do they have a website? What's the job description for this role looking like? Because in most cases you will find even the job description is very vague for the position. But a real employer or a real job posting will be very professional and you will find more details with regards to the role. They will not just state the responsibilities, they will also state the key requirements, maybe the personal attributes, what they really expect from that, from a candidate in that position. So it calls for a candidate to be very alert, and the moment you see anything to do with asking you to make a payment before you send the application, or even before you go for the interview, before you are shortlisted for an interview, that is an automatic red flag. So watch out on the areas that we have talked about so that you don't fall a victim of the same.
I think at any stage, no employer, no legit employer should ask you for any kind of money, amount of money.
Very true,
Yeah.
because at the initial stages, they still don't know whether you have the right skills that they are looking for. So they have not even gone through your CV. Why should they ask you for money to send the application?
Yeah.
They have not given you the platform for the interview to showcase your skills. Why should they ask you for money to enter the interview room?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a legit employer or a real job posting will never ask you, a candidate, for payment prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it calls for the candidate to be really alert in that area.
Yeah. Final word as we wrap up?
My final word for candidates outside there who are in between jobs is to always know that every good job or best job will always come from someone that you know, or someone that you know, someone that knows someone that you know. And that calls for you to also develop or rather invest in your networks. And if aside the networks or the people that you know, always apply for jobs directly through the organization's website. Even from us here at Corporate Staffing Services, we advertise for positions available on a daily basis, but sometimes you find scammers outside there will pick the advert, they make it their own way, and they start asking for money out of it. So even if you saw the job, you see the job from a company or a recruiter's website, apply for it from there. Avoid just relying on what is forwarded to you maybe on WhatsApp, or you've just seen it on social media. The information is very scanty, not so detailed, and you send your application and you find yourself falling a trap. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I hope this habit of job scammers out there, it's really frustrating.
I know.
Especially for one who's really been looking for a job for a long time.
Yes.
And they finally think this is hope for them. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Great, you're welcome.
Okay. Thank you for watching this video. I hope we've given you some tips on what you can look out for when a job is legitimate and when a job is a scam. We have other tips that we give when it comes to job search, CV, interview tips, and you can all find it in this channel. Please subscribe, please share, leave a comment for us to see, and we'll see you in the next video.